The Lusitanian War, called in Greek Pyrenos Polemos, was a war of resistance fought by the Lusitanian tribes of Hispania Ulterior against the advancing legions of the Roman Republic from 155 to 139 BC. The Lusitanians revolted on two separate occasions and were pacified. In 154 BC, a long war in Hispania Citeria, known as the Numantine War, was begun by the Celtiberians. It lasted until 133 and is an important event in the integration of what would become Portugal into the Roman and Latin-speaking world. In 194 BC, war first broke out between the Romans and the Lusitanians, who were an autonomous people. By 179, the Romans had mostly succeeded in pacifying the region and signed a peace treaty. In 155, a major revolt was reignited under the leadership of Punicus, who allied with the Vetans. Sucerus succeeded after Punicus's death. Another warlord, Corsinus, made war against the Romans in the region south of Tagus down to North Africa. Galba betrayed the Lusitanian people he had invited to peace talks and had roughly 10,000 massacred in 150, thus ending the first phase of the war. This would be later proven to have been a costly mistake as the Lusitanians became embittered and began open warfare against Rome and its allies. Not only that, but future Lusitanian leader Viriathus had escaped alive from the massacre, having now developed a vendetta against Rome. In 146, the Lusitanians elected Viriathus after rescuing a great number of Lusitanian warriors pinned down by a Roman legion after reminding them of Rome's betrayal 3 years prior and convincing them not to accept any Roman offers. Upon preying on the legion's unwillingness to break formation, he succeeded in saving the entire band from massacre or capture, an incredible feat. With this success he was elected leader by the Lusitanian tribesmen. Viriathus was to gain renown throughout the Roman world as a guerrilla fighter. In the words of Theodore Mommsen, it seemed as if, in that thoroughly prosaic age, one of the Homeric heroes had reappeared. In 145, the general Quintus Fabius Maximus Aemilianus campaigned successfully against the Lusitanians, but failed in his attempts to arrest Viriathus. In 143, Viriathus formed a league against Rome with several Celtic tribes, for resisting the Romans and getting revenge against him for the betrayal and massacre 3 years previously. 8 years later, after having become leader of the Lusitanians in 139 BC, Viriathus was killed in his sleep by 3 of his companions, Audax, Ditalcus and Minurus. The 3 men had escaped by the time the Lusitanians discovered the death of their leader. Unable to avenge him, they instead held feasts, gladiator battles and a grand funeral. These 3 men, who had been sent as emissaries to the Romans, had been bribed by Marcus Popilius Lanes into betraying their mission. The popular story of their fate has Roman general Servilius Caepio having them executed, declaring, "Rome does not pay traitors." Sextus Junius Brutus, while following Viriathus, found women warriors defending Lusitanian towns alongside men.